హాయ్ సప్త సాగరాలు దాటి ఆల్రెడీ ఈ సినిమా కన్నడలో రిలీజ్ అయి సూపర్ హిట్ టాక్ తెచ్చుకుంది. ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులో రిలీజ్ కాబోతోంది. 777 చార్లీతో తెలుగులో కూడా మంచి గుర్తింపు తెచ్చుకున్న రక్షిత్ శెట్టి అండ్ రుక్మిణి హీరోయిన్లుగా తెలుగులో మరొకసారి చూడబోతున్నాం. మరి ఆ సినిమా విశేషాలు ఏంటో వాళ్ళ మాటలోనే విందామా? హలో అండి. హలో బోత్ ఆఫ్ యూ. హౌ ఆర్ యూ?
Awesome.
Great, yeah.
బీన్ లాంగ్ టైమ్.
I know.
రైట్, ఈ సినిమా గురించి వచ్చేసరికి ఇట్స్ సెమీ పీరియాడిక్ మూవీ అని చెప్పారు. అంటే ఎలా ఉండబోతుంది అంటే మాకు పీరియాడిక్ తెలుసు, లేకపోతే ప్రెజెంట్ది తెలుసు, బట్ వాట్ ఈస్ సెమీ పీరియాడిక్ అంటే ఎలా మేము ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయొచ్చు?
In the sense, the side A, which is releasing right now on September 22nd, that is set in 2010 or 2011. During that period, when see now everybody has a smartphone in their hand. Probably then not everybody had it. Like probably only the niche crowd had the smartphone, and rest of them had 1100 Nokia phones like that. And so the side B, which comes after this, that is set in the present time.
ఎలాంటి డిఫరెన్స్ చూపించబోతున్నారు? జస్ట్ 2010 అండ్ 2023, ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ లైక్ ఒక 13 years గ్యాప్లో ఏం జరగబోతుంది?
10 years gap.
Yeah.
There's a lot of difference, I think, in terms of the world. So if you call that a period drama, like Rakshith just said, smartphones and the internet were not so accessible in that time. So that means that the way people communicated with each other was also very different. You didn't have WhatsApp, you didn't have that kind of easy access to each other. But
calls were expensive.
Yeah, exactly, and difficult to make. So all of that changes in the world of side B. So while making the film, the makers had to account for all those differences in that time period. It's not that many years ago. In all of our lifetimes, we've seen that time. But there are a lot of minute differences in that world. So.
Right. So మీ క్యారెక్టర్ ఎలా ఉండబోతుంది?
Manu character is a very innocent chap. Basically, he trusts everyone, and he's a loner. And if not Priya, he has nobody else, and he's immensely in love with the girl, and he's ready to do anything for her. He has a big dream, which Priya doesn't share that dream probably, because she's already satisfied that she's got Manu, but Manu wants to give her the best life possible. And so to what extent he can go to give her that is the film.
Right. And మీ క్యారెక్టర్ ఏంటి?
So Priya is a girl who is hopelessly in love with Manu. She has family, she has interests, she's studying, she's a college student, she's a singer, but her Manu is her strength. If she has Manu, she's able to do anything else in her life, and he's kind of that constant support in her life. So yeah, that's what I can tell you without giving it away.
సో రక్షిత్ ఒక సినిమా చేస్తున్నప్పుడు అన్నీ అంటే అది డైరెక్షన్ కావచ్చు, మ్యూజిక్ కావచ్చు, అన్నింట్లోనూ ఆయనకి ఒక ఏదైతే ఆయనకు ఒక టేస్ట్ ఉంటుందో అది ఖచ్చితంగా దాన్ని ఆయన చూస్తూ ఉంటారంట. సో ఈ మూవీలో ఎలా ఉంది మీ ఇంపాక్ట్?
No, this is completely Hemant Emrav's film. But in the sense, see, there are times when obviously if I get some ideas, I do share it with him. But otherwise, when it comes to music, all that, it's completely his imagination. So when we were shooting also, when we were shooting a scene, he used to have a reference music for everything, for every scene. So before we go on floor, he used to get us into that mood. That okay, today this scene, these are the dialogues, but more than that, this is the mood of the scene. So he is very particular about what he was doing. So in terms of music, in terms of all the creative ideas, probably it's completely his film, and I've just done a job of an actor and a producer.
ఆయన అలా చెప్తున్నారు కానీ టు బి ఫ్రాంక్ ఆన్ సెట్స్ ఐ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్. ఐ మీన్ ఎనీ ఆఫ్ హిస్ ఫ్యాన్స్ విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ దట్ పర్ఫెక్ట్గా ఉండాలని ఖచ్చితంగా చూస్తారు ఆయన అలా మాట్లాడతారు కానీ. సో హౌ ఇస్ ఇట్ వర్కింగ్ విత్ హిమ్?
Amazing. I think I've been very lucky to work with him so early in my career, because the kind of support that I received to place, it's a difficult role. The kind of emotional investment that Hemant wanted from me, that he wanted for this character, for this love story, for this relationship, I don't think I could have done it if I didn't have the support coming from Rakshith as an actor. You know, as the kind of seriousness he gave Manu and therefore Priya, I don't think that I could have done anything that I've done in this film without that.
And what made you to produce this movie? There should be some point, like a kada nachindi, story nachindi.
Again, it's morely because of Hemant Rao. I know, and I'm also acting there, so I know there is a market. There is, we can make money out of it. So yeah, how much money is something which is, we were wondering that this is a very new film to Kannada. I mean, this kind of a film has not come in Kannada for a long time. So it's not that we were very sure that we'll mint money, but yeah. I know it is going to be a good film, so I was very sure that I'll get my investment back and make more money than that. So yeah, and also when it comes to Paramva, we believe in making good films. We are creating a good profile for ourselves, and I wouldn't lose this film as a producer that way.
Right. So he's so confident because director మీద నమ్మకం and ఆయన మీద ఆయనకి నమ్మకం. That made to do this movie. Right. First story, other than storyline pakan petteste, what's the first question you had in your mind?
Regarding this project?
Movie. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe did you ask about who is the hero and everything, or you
No,
already
all that
knew
information was already out. So
Achha,
before
achha.
I even knew the story, I knew who the team was. I knew it was Hemant Rao, I knew it was Rakshith Shetty, I knew it was Charan Raj as the music director.
So what was your quick thought once it is said he's the hero?
I thought it would be incredible to see Rakshith doing like an out and out love story, because other films that he's done have that aspect of it, but it's not the primary focus of the film. So even as just an audience member or someone who's enjoyed Kirik Party or ASN or Uldaru Kannante or any of the films, to see him immersed entirely in a love story, I thought would be very fascinating. And then to see Hemant Rao write a love story, because all in Hemant Rao's previous films, he's written female characters very, very beautifully, which I really appreciate as an audience member, but also at that point as an aspiring actor. To see the female role have not only space, but some sort of growth, some sort of change. You start somewhere, you end up somewhere else. I'm not saying whether that's negative or positive or whatever. Just to give that kind of scope, I was very excited. So to imagine these powers combined was cool.
So Kannada industry, అంటే ఇప్పుడు వరకు ఇండియన్ ఇండస్ట్రీ అనగానే ఓన్లీ బాలీవుడ్ గుర్తొచ్చేది, కానీ ఇప్పుడు సౌత్ సినిమా గుర్తొస్తుంది. మేట్ బి తెలుగు, మేట్ బి కన్నడ ఆర్ తమిళ్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ ఈస్, బట్ సౌత్ సినిమా, ఎస్పెషల్లీ కన్నడ, లైక్ కేజీఎఫ్ కానీ కాంతారా కానీ ఇలాంటి మూవీస్ ఇప్పుడు అది వినగానే వెంటనే కన్నడ, కర్ణాటక ఇవి వెంటనే గుర్తొస్తుంది. హౌ డు యూ ఫీల్ వెన్ యూ ప్లేస్డ్ ఇన్ సచ్ ఏ హై ప్లేస్?
It feels great, and also feel responsible. Now every film what you're doing, people are looking forward to it, and if you disappoint people for continuously for 2-3 times, then it's gone. What is built in last 4-5 years is everything is gone. So it's a bigger responsibility now, that every film you make is will make it into a good film bracket. So yeah.
For the first time, like South industry, it made a way for Oscar.
Yeah.
So next, there's a chance for Kannada movie too, because Kantara already tried chesaru with for some other awards.
Yeah.
So a place ni enjoy chestunda Kannada industry?
Definitely. I'm sure someday we'll win it also.
Fine. So Kannada industry మాత్రమేనా, లేకపోతే మీరు ఇంకో ఇండస్ట్రీ వైపు కూడా ఏమైనా చూస్తున్నారా?
I'm a very story first kind of actor, so and I like different languages. I like learning different languages. So I don't have any rule as such, but to me it's very important that I like the story, that I like what that character's growth might be within the realm of the story. So I don't have any rule as such. It just depends on the story.
సో రక్షిత్కి అయితే ఆయనకి తెలుగు తెలుసు, బికాజ్ ఆ తెలుగు మాత్రమే కాదు ఆయనకి మిగతా ఇండస్ట్రీలో కూడా టచ్లో ఉన్నారు కాబట్టి. సో హౌ డు యూ నో తెలుగు?
I think it's from consumption of films only. No, it's
That's it? Okay.
yeah, films are.
I mean, you have any link with like Telugu states or something?
No,
Okay.
no link as such. I've not lived here, or I don't have family here. But you watch films and then you pick up a little bit here and there.
సో ఈ మూవీ ఇప్పుడు తెలుగులో వస్తుంది, లైక్ సప్త సాగరాలు దాటి ఒక మంచి లవ్ స్టోరీ వస్తుంది. సో తెలుగు వాళ్ళు లవ్ స్టోరీస్ని ఎలా యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తారని మీ ఒపీనియన్?
I think so, right? I think there are a lot of love stories that have done quite well here. I mean, even in the past, obviously, you've got films like Geetanjali and all of that. But I watched Nani Garu's film with Nazriya Garu, Ante Sundaraniki, like stuff like that. I think also, you know, people are open to watching them and love stories and different kinds of love stories. So I'm quite excited about it. And our film made, as Sapta Sagaralu in the Kannada version, it made quite a lot of waves here. So I'm excited to see how, for the audience who doesn't like to read subtitles, for example, how Sapta Sagaralu Dhaati does.
సో ప్రెసెంట్ కన్నడ ఇండస్ట్రీలో యాక్షన్ ప్యాక్డ్ మూవీస్ నడుస్తున్నాయి, లైక్ ఎవ్రీబడీస్ ఐజ్ ఆర్ ఆన్ లైక్ కన్నడ ఇండస్ట్రీ, లైక్ కేజీఎఫ్ కానీ ఇలా చూసుకుంటే. అండ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ద వే వెళ్ళి మీరు ఒక లవ్ స్టోరీ చేశారు. సో ఆ లవ్ స్టోరీ చెయ్యాలి అన్నంత సాహసం ఎలా చేశారు ఈ టైంలో?
In the sense, if you look at my career, I've always done films which is little path breaking than, you know, what right now what's happening in the market. I have not followed that path at all. I've always done something which is new to that time, and which is exactly opposite to what I have done previously. Like after 777 Charlie, I have done a love story now. Before 777 Charlie, it was Avnish Narayana, which was completely out and out little intellectual film with packed with superb action sequences and stuff like that. And before that, I had done Kirik Party, which is again a complete college subject. So I have defined my career like that since the beginning. But I'll be doing a mass film also. Next is Richard Anthony, which is going to be a complete out and out commercial film.
సో మీ ఇద్దరి గురించి మేము ఎక్కువగా సోషల్ మీడియాలో తప్పితే పర్సనల్గా మాట్లాడింది ఎక్కువ లేదు, బికాస్ మీరు తెలుగు ఇండస్ట్రీకి కొంచెం దూరంగానే ఉంటూ వచ్చారు కాబట్టి. సో వీ వాంట్ టు నో లిటిల్ అబౌట్ యువర్ పర్సనల్ లైఫ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్. సో లెట్స్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ యూ. హూ ఇస్ యువర్ గుడ్ ఫ్రెండ్ హియర్ ఇన్ టాలీవుడ్?
Rana is a very good friend.
Nice.
We had good conversations with Nani Garu. Yeah, that's about it, I think.
And you, Rukmini?
I don't know that I have any friends as such yet. Like, I've not had the opportunity to interact with too many people, but hopefully soon.
If given a chance, would you love to work with Telugu industry?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Who
I
would be
think
your
there are
first choice of hero?
first choice of hero.
I mean, whom you like the most in Telugu industry?
I don't know about. I've liked a lot of different actors' work, but a lot of the love stories that Nani Garu's done, I really enjoyed those. Like, you know,
Nice.
that sort of thing.
And who would be your 3M friend?
3am friend is
Yeah.
Rishabh, Raj. Otherwise, I have my friends from college, like Sashi, all the.
You still maintain the friendship, I mean, from the college days?
See, the friendship what you make during college and school is the best.
Never
Because, you
goes,
know,
but still, now you're a star, so most of the times and most of the friends, they just, you know, right?
No, because see, once you become a star, no, like once you become famous, then you really don't know if how true the new friends what you make. You're not very sure if how true they are. But when you are nothing, you had made friends. They were friends when you are nothing also. So, so now once you become a star, they it doesn't change. So I think that is the best friendship.
Nice. And what's your favorite time pass?
My favorite time pass.
Yeah.
I read a lot, and I doodle. I do little sketches, that kind of stuff.
And what do you do? in your free time?
Even I do read a lot. I can't sketch for nuts. But otherwise, I listen to music, watch films. Yeah.
So, your passion towards movies, can we just have a talk about that? Your passion towards movies, I mean, it might be direction, or we heard that you are even keen on the music department, RR, and some, not in the dialogue thing, but at least like synchronizing to the ఆ పర్టికులర్ సీన్కి కావాల్సింది. సో కొంచెం పర్టికులర్గా ఉంటారు అంటారు, నిజమేనా? జస్ట్ ఏదో చెప్పుకుని.
Yeah, especially when I'm directing, I'm too particular. When I've only written the film, I am particular, and I definitely give my time to it until that film releases. I get involved in each and every department and make sure that they're in good shape, and that's what I had imagined. But when I'm an actor, I want to keep myself updated that what is happening with the film. But I don't get too much involved that it becomes a problem for the director. Yeah.
రైట్, ఏదన్నా ఒక సిచ్యువేషన్లో ఏదన్నా ఒక సీన్ చేయాల్సిన టైంలో లైక్ హీ వాజ్ సో కీన్ అండ్ హీ వాజ్ సో సీరియస్ అబౌట్ ఇట్, ఇది చేయాల్సిందే, నో ఇది మళ్ళీ చేద్దాము అని ఏదన్నా పర్టికులర్గా చేయించిన సీన్ ఉందా?
Not really, I don't think so. In the sense that I don't think he ever like directed me. Like there were scenes that we were both looking forward to shooting and working on, but
Yeah, I understand. He didn't direct you, but still, if that is the he can just get into the brain of a director because we understand he's a very
director.
yeah. So obviously he'll understand the mind and brain, heart and brain of the director. So that part, if you're doing some scene and he knows what exactly he wants to have it from you. అండ్ అది ఫోర్స్ చేసి నో ఇది ఇలానే రావాలి పర్టికులర్గా అన్నది ఏదైనా ఉందా?
అండ్ that I respect a lot because it gives you space to bring your interpretation of the character to the table. I've never there has never been a moment in shoot where unless I've asked like what is your take of this scene, or this doesn't make sense to me, like what do you understand from it, unless I approach him and ask him, I don't think there's ever been a moment where unsolicited he's come and said like, you do it like this only, okay, you do like this, then I'll do like this. So that sort of direction has never come.
So this is your first time coming to Hyderabad?
No, I've come a couple times, but for film promotions, yeah,
It's
it's
the
my
first time. Okay, what do you like in Hyderabad?
What do I like? I mean, I like the food. Don't say biryani because I'm vegetarian. Like that's palau apparently. But I like I like the fact that there are a lot of chutneys here. Like whatever you're eating, there's like some 12 different chutneys to go with everything. I love that. Love the food.
And what about you?
I like Andhra meal. And I like the mandi what you get here. I love that, yeah.
Oh, nice. So going back to Kannada industry and everything. So Kannada industry, like we have stars like Upendra who did some different, totally hatke, right? Different roles and everything. So how is that Kannada industry? They can take chance of doing some different characters. How is that actually they can do that? Maybe like in Kantara.
Yeah.
Like we have seen Upendra movies, and I can name some of them, but in short.
Every now and then there are few filmmakers who have come in Kannada and who have done something really extraordinary work. And like for example, Shankar Nag sir, in the late 80s, early 90s, he came and did few stuff where probably none of the South Indian film industry did what Shankar Nag sir did. He directed Malgudi Days, and he was there for 11 years. His career span is only for 11 years, and then he passed away. But in that 11 years, he shot like 40 episodes of Malgudi Days. He directed some 11-12 films and acted in 30 films. I don't know how a person can do that in 11 years. It's just mind-blowing. And after that, Uppi sir came. He did some extraordinary work. I mean, probably Upendra and all, but before that, he has done something called as Om.
Yeah.
And so there are extraordinary films he has directed even before that.
They can experiment actually. It's so all these are like experimental
Yeah,
movies.
yeah. Experimental films. But they'll entertain you also in a certain way. And I was a huge fan of Upendra when I was in college. I used to make. I was in an engineering college, and so all my North Indian friends who stayed with me in the hostel, I used to lock them in a room and show them Upendra films, and they had become a huge fan of Upendra because of all that. So yeah, and now present generation, there are many filmmakers who are coming like that. So Yeah.
It's like Kannada heroes, what they are before camera is totally different from what they are in person.
In person,
When
yeah.
we meet, we met Upendra sir, but he was so cool and so normal.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. He's very
on
spiritual in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On screen he's like totally, oh man, such a different person here.
I know.
How will that happen in Kannada industry actually? With the brains and personalities.
Thing is, I think Kannada audience give you that space to experiment. They just want to watch good films.
Yeah.
They want to feel proud about their language. So they're looking forward to something which is out of the box, which is which nobody has done anywhere else. Otherwise, there was a time when Kannada film industry did a lot of remakes. And because of that, we couldn't cross borders, because we are making a remake of the film which is already made in that state. Why will they watch our films? But when people like Upendra sir came and started doing their own films, writing their own films and started doing their own films, that has the potential to cross borders. And Uppi sir actually crossed borders. No, he became a huge rage in Andhra and Telangana also. So yeah.
And now you cross the borders. So, what are you expecting now?
Now, to be frank, see, now that the time period which we are in is like that. There's an opportunity to cross borders for everyone. As long as you are making a good content, there is opportunity where you can release. You can not just reach the next state, not just the country. You can reach the whole world. If you really come up with a content which is that great.
సో ఇంకా ఏ రోల్ మీకు చేయాలని లైఫ్లో ఉండిపోయింది?
I have like 5 films next in line, and it's all written by me. So whatever I want to play, I have written for myself.
You became Brahma of your cinema life.
Yeah, my own destiny.
So what about you, Rukmini?
There's a lot of different kinds of roles on my bucket list. Love story was one of them, so that I've managed to check off. I'd love to do a period drama, something that is of a specific era. So when you have something like that, there's a certain, your body language is different. The way you speak has to be different. All of those things are very interesting to give you a boundary as an actor and say, okay, within this boundary now you have to make it real. You have to play with it. I love that. Then maybe anything basically that needs me to learn something. So even an action film or something that's fun, where you're like, okay, I need you to do Muay Thai. You need to learn Muay Thai for this, and you're a badass like assassin. Go for it. Cool. And something that gives me something to do.
Nice. So nice talking to both of you. Sapta Sagaralu Dhaati cinema hit అవ్వాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాం. ఆల్రెడీ దీని గురించి అయితే టాక్ నడుస్తుంది, బికాస్ కన్నడలో కూడా సూపర్ హిట్ అయింది కాబట్టి. బట్ షార్ట్ టైమ్ లైక్ September 26th is just like 2 days away. So all the best both of you. Let's meet again.
Sure.
Yes. Success meet.
Side B.
Yeah, side B. Yeah.
Sure.
We'll
Thank
see.
you so much.
We'll catch up again. Thank you so much. Thank you.